Welcome to Central News, I'm Amy Forrest. In today's news, the Hamilton Garden Arts Festival starts this Friday the 15th and there is something for everyone according to the organisers. There is a mixture of free events and the priced events range from $10 to $45. Event director Charlotte Isaac says this year's festival is such a special event to cater to everybody's wants, whether it is comedy, drama, reggae or Celtic music.
Well, the Hamilton Gardens is Hamilton's best feature. I mean, it's one of New Zealand's most beautiful locations. So then to set a 2-week performing arts festival that covers everything you could possibly want to see in terms of performing arts in the gardens, I mean, it's the perfect sort of synergy of two wonderful things. So, and that there's something for everyone as well, I think is very special. Something for families, something for theatre buffs, music buffs, all ages. I mean, where else would you find that?
Bay of Plenty Regional Council received 19 applications to the Regional Infrastructure Fund, asking for a total of more than $126 million. The Regional Council has set aside $38 million in its 10-year plan 2012 to 2022, available over 9 years for projects that promote sustainable regional economic growth, or promote environmental protection and enhancement that supports sustainable regional economic development. Regional Council General Manager Strategy Fiona McTavish said staff now had a busy few weeks ahead of them going through the applications and assessing whether they were eligible based on the funding criteria. The collapse of building contractor Mainzeal is expected to cost subcontractors tens of millions of dollars and could create a ripple effect throughout the industry. Many of the subcontractors, including plumbers, painters, roofers and electricians, may be struggling to stay in business as unpaid firms default on their own payments and attempt to find work in the wake of the collapse. Tauranga-based insurance company Bilton director Jim Rickard says many subcontractors are one-man bands that have no insurance. He is urging all subcontractors who do not already have insurance to make sure they take out payment protection. Telecom has been forced to admit their Yahoo Extra email service has been hacked and will launch a review as hundreds of customers continue to review spam mail. The company says it is the victim of 2 separate but potentially related attacks that resulted in customers receiving numerous spam emails in the last 3 days. Telecom Retail Chief Executive Chris Quinn says the company will undertake the review in the next 2 months and will include a comprehensive assessment of the Yahoo Extra service in consultation with service provider Yahoo. Now for our region's weather. Hamilton, your Thursday will see a few morning showers with a high of 24 and a low of 12. And Tauranga, you have sunny skies this Valentine's Day with a high of 26 and a low of 14. Just ahead, the University of Waikato's O Week. Welcome back to TV Central. The day most parents of teenagers dread is getting nearer when their kids leave the nest and head off to university. So Hilary caught up with Aaron to find out what they will be getting up to on their first week at Waikato University.
For 2013, O Week kicks off on Sunday, the 24th of February, and it carries through until the following Saturday.
So what events do you guys have coming up over the week?
We have a lot of events that week. On the Sunday we're starting off with a pool party, which is primarily focused at the students in the Hall of Residence. And then we'll carry through, we have 5 themed days, so we have a carnival day, a Battle of the Bars day, and on the Friday a beach day where we're going to take a few buses of students to Tauranga.
And what competitions have you guys got going?
We have a lot of small competitions running all throughout the week, a lot of them brought to you by sponsors. Nothing too major, just small things to get students interacting.
And when can we attend these events?
The events will be going on all during the day, all throughout the week, but there's also a large number of nighttime events that people can attend if they wish.
Who can attend these events?
Yes, it's a public campus, so everyone's welcome to join in. Although it's primarily focused towards the students, we like to get involved in the community.
So it is a bit of a nervous time for students, for first-time students. What advice have you got for them?
I think it is a nervous time for a lot of students, but also a very exciting time. For a lot of students, it's the first time they've moved away from home. For others, it's the first time they've lived in a flat. So there's a lot of anxiety around that. We do a lot of things to help them out. We have a full-time advocate on staff at the Waikato Student Union that can help them with everything from tenancy issues to enrolment issues. We also have a board of 11 students that have been there and done it, so they're always there to talk.
Do you have anything available for parents to attend?
Like I said before, it's a public O-Week, it's a public campus, and they're welcome to come along if they'd like to get involved.
So how could students get to and from events?
In previous years, we've had buses running students to and from town with our directors manning them. We're hoping to have that again running this year to make sure everyone gets home safely.
So how do you promote the events to the students?
We have a lot of ways that we promote the events to the students. Obviously the first port of call is face-to-face contact. If we can get out there and tell them what we're doing, that's our preferred medium. But we also have a Nexus publication, which is our magazine. It's got a history of 40 years, and that's another excellent way to communicate with the students. We can advertise all our events for O-Week. We're also putting out an extra O-Week publication, so just to help clarify what's going on. We also have a growing social media presence, which is great for the students. They're all tuned into Facebook, and that's a really valuable way to communicate to them.
Can you elaborate on some of the events a little bit?
For example, we have the Carnival Day, which is we're going to be getting in a variety of carnival attractions, magicians, etc. So hoping to create a bit of atmosphere. On the beach day, we'll be packing up and taking busloads of students to Tauranga, hopefully visiting the Tauranga campus for a beach-style party. And on the Wednesday, we have a clubs day. So all of our campus clubs get out, and it's a chance for them to interact with potential members and sign them up. We have a very large clubs network. We have over 50 clubs on campus registered with the Student Union, and that encompasses over 5,000 students.
So do you guys have a O-Week for halfway mid-semester as well?
We do. We do a reorientation week mid-semester.
Who actually organise these events?
The O-Week's organised by the Student Union.
What kind of vibe is there at Student O-Week?
It's an excellent vibe on campus. There's a lot of excitement around. It's an exciting time for a lot of students. It's the first time they've been away from home, sort of mixing with their peers, unsupervised. It's a really good feel, and students seem to thoroughly enjoy all the activities that we put on.
So it's not like the Dunedin O-Week, Waikato Uni's O-Week?
I wouldn't be able to comment.
Who sponsors these events?
We have a variety of sponsors putting on events during the week. For example, we have the Edge and the Rock radio stations sponsoring a lot of events this year, and Burger Fuel's recently come to the table.
So tell us more about the Student Union.
I thought it would be important to clarify that O-Week is only a small part of what the Student Union does. It's a great way to kick off the year, but throughout the year we're there providing student media, advocacy services, clubs coordination, and just really supporting the students all throughout the year.
And can anyone join the Student Union?
Anyone can join the Student Union, provided they're a student at the University of Waikato. It's free to join.
Coming up next, Tauranga domestic violence victims are now feeling safer in their homes. If you have just joined us, welcome to Central News on TV Central. Shine is a nationwide organisation, but Tauranga is lucky to be one of the few places to have the Shine Safe at Home project. Hilary spoke with Liz from Shine to find out what Shine is.
Shine is a specialist domestic violence agency based in Auckland. Shine actually stands for Safer Homes in New Zealand Every Day, and we're all about doing what works to stop domestic abuse. We've been operating for 20 years, had a few different name changes over that time. Most of our frontline services are based in Auckland. We have an adult crisis team that responds and deals with victims who've experienced domestic abuse. We also have a safe house. We have a stopping violence program, No Excuses, and we also have a national helpline and provide national training around the country.
So what is Shine Safe at Home?
Yeah, that's a specialist service, and that's the service that's now being offered in Tauranga. In about 2007, our CEO, Jane Drum, got a Winston Churchill Fellowship and went to the UK. When she was there, she saw this program operating really well over there with lots of really good results and brought it back to New Zealand. since 2008, it's been operating in central Auckland, but in 2012 we got additional funding from the Ministry of Justice through their offender levy to extend that program to Tauranga, to Manukau and also to Christchurch. So yeah, it's available more around the country now. Safe at Home is all about helping people who are at really high risk of ongoing domestic violence stay safe in their own home. Often what happens in situations where people are really scared, where there's been physical violence, they might see their only solution of getting away from the violence as having to leave, fleeing, and we've seen lots of that happening. It often ends in a real spiral of poverty, of women. We work with, people I work with are mostly women and children. We do work with anyone who is experiencing domestic abuse, but predominantly that is women and children. Yeah, as I said, there's often a spiral as people flee the violence that they're experiencing, having to move house, which costs money. There's a real poverty cycle. Kids who are already experiencing the effects of domestic violence are also having to change school. People are becoming more isolated, moving away from their support structures. Safe at Home is about providing really practical resources to people to enable them to stay safe in their own home.
Has it had good results? Are people actually wanting to stay in their home after it's been made secure?
Absolutely, yeah. What we're doing is changing a home from a crime scene back to a home. And we work with other agencies to identify people who are at that really high level of risk. So often what happens is that people experiencing domestic abuse at that high level are repeatedly victimised, so this stuff is happening over and over again. We work with them to assess the risk that they're at and give them a real sense of the picture of the risk, and then I work with them to do comprehensive safety planning, and then we'll do an audit around their home to look at the places that are and things that are vulnerable about their home situation, and we'll put things in place to make that safer. We might change glass doors for wooden doors, might put in peepholes, restrictors on doors, make windows more secure. We might put in security lights, whole range of things. One of the other things that is probably one of the key things that we do is personal alarms. So these are alarms, red button, push the button, and that activates the alarm, and Police Northern Communications Centre is alerted, and a car is dispatched to the address. And that's one really simple, easy way that makes it easier for people who are at risk to get help quickly.
That sounds a very good idea. So where do your referrals come from?
I'm the only person working for Shine in Tauranga, and I work within a network of other domestic violence providers. So in Tauranga we have the Tauranga Moana Abuse Prevention Strategy Group, which does primary prevention, so thinking about community campaigns to end domestic violence, but also we have a interagency case management meeting. Often the referrals will come from that group. So in that group are the statutory agencies like the police, Child, Youth and Family, Community Corrections, but then a whole raft of community agencies, Living Without Violence, Women's Refuge, Family Works, Relationships Aotearoa, Ngāti Ranginui, iwi Social Services, community support centres like Papamoa Community Support, whole range of agencies who are working with people who have been identified through police referrals as having domestic violence incidents occurring.
So what sort of outcomes have you seen so far?
It's early days in Tauranga. The service was launched by the Minister of Justice, Judith Collins, in August, and we started really operating in about October and taking referrals. I've seen people suddenly being able to breathe again. It's really hard to live in a state of constant fear, and that's most of the situations of the people that I'm working with, who many of the women I'm working with believe that their ex-partners often have the potential to kill them and are going to try it at some point. So it's scary stuff, and just knowing that you can go to sleep at night and know that the house is secure, that if something happens there's a quick and easy way of getting help, means that people can start to breathe again, that families can relax and actually get on with living again.
Visit their website, the number 2shine.org.nz, or there is a confidential domestic abuse helpline 0508 744 633. Up next, what to do next weekend to celebrate Children's Day in Hamilton. Welcome back to Central News. Now, Mother's Day and Father's Day have been celebrated by all for many years, but now it's time to cherish the kids. So Hilary caught up with the organisers of Hamilton's Children's Day.
So initially the idea came from the first Children's Commissioner, Ian Hassel, in 1991. He saw an opportunity to celebrate Children's Day and recognise how important they are in our communities. Eventually a steering group was formed in 1999, and then our first Children's Day was celebrated a year later.
So Louise, what is this year's Children's Day theme about?
The theme this year is Treasure Our Children, and that kind of incorporates all the themes we've had over the years, such as love and affection, listening and talking, and giving our children new experiences.
And Ro, how can people in the Waikato celebrate this day?
We really like the people in the Waikato to celebrate the day as a family and to join in the celebrations as part of our Children's Day Carnival. So come down and enjoy the day.
When and where will this event be held?
So the carnival's going to be in Garden Place in Hamilton Central. It's running from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m.
What will this day involve, and how can we keep the kids entertained?
A whole heap of stuff. So there's going to be stage entertainment happening between the lunchtime period, so we really want to encourage our families to bring a blanket and a picnic, so make a whole day of the event. We've got free entry into the museum, the Excite Centre. They're going to be providing some plane making. They're going to be paper plane making, There's going to be fridge magnet making.
In the library.
In the library. There's going to be a youth zone for our older children, so we're going to have a bit of a skateboard competition happening there, a live art display. There'll be DJs happening there. We're going to have lots of rides, from a cheeroplane to a big inflatable obstacle course to a slide. There's going to be a climbing wall. We're going to have mini golf, so a heap of stuff is going to be happening. There's going to be spray on body art, face painting, so lots of things for kids to do.
So who will be performing on the stage?
So we're going to have local community groups that is going to be providing some entertainment. So we want to keep our entertainment local, so we've got Irish dancing to a Hamilton lion group, not as an animal lion, but a Chinese dragon lion. We've got the Hamilton Cook Islands Association providing some entertainment there. We've got a local primary school kapahaka group, and we've got some other young people that are going to provide some entertainment as well.
So how much does the event cost?
The whole event is entirely free. When people come along, they get to register their children, and they get a little card, and when they go to the library and the museum, they get the card clipped, and that gives them free access to all the rides.
And who can come to the event?
We want the whole family to come down and enjoy some time together.
So why do you feel it is important to celebrate Children's Day?
It's about building awareness. It's about recognising how important our children are. I guess our children are like our taonga, they're our treasure, and it's all about recognising their needs in our society and how we can help them to thrive in their family and in our communities. So yeah.
So after the Waikato families have been to the Children's Carnival and they go home, what can parents do? What kind of activities can they do at home?
Oh, there's so much. Just do something a little bit different, something a little bit fun. Have a family concert, go and have a picnic. There's you could do all kinds of things really. Just try and think of something a bit different to do with the family and with the kids.
Where can viewers find out more information?
So people can go to www.summerandgardenplace.co.nz about our Hamilton event, or otherwise they can visit www.childrensday.org.nz to check out other Children's Day and some cool activities on there as well.
And who's actually been involved in organising the whole event?
There's been quite a few community organisations involved with organising this event. Everyone's come together and pitched in to make it the best event possible. And in the youth zone, we've got some really big names in youth development in Hamilton, including Te Ahare Rangatahi, Zeal, board riders and Art with Aroha.
Yeah, and we've had other organisations that have helped on the working committee to put the event together, like Glenview Community Centre, Te Whare Kokona, Te Whare Otiata, the Waikato Migrant Centre. What else? Who else have we got, Lou?
We've also had Waikato Queer Youth involved in organising.
We've had Streetworks involved, Hamilton City Council, of course.
And of course the museum, Waikato Museum, and Garden Place Library.
Yeah, sounds like a whole community event.
Definitely, and YMCA. YMCA are providing an area for the under 5s area on the day.
Yeah, which is going to include some rides, especially for the under 5s, which is really exciting, and some activities.
So how did this event come about?
Well, for quite a few years there's been a number of events around the city, a number of smaller events around the city in communities, and a few years ago the Hamilton Children Families Trust was formed to help fund these events. This year the decision was made to hold one massive event and bring all of our communities together.
And what will happen in the unfortunate event of rain?
If it rains on the day, which it won't, check out www.summerandgardenplace.co.nz. We'll have information on there, but at the very least there'll be activities in the library and the museum.
Well, that is news for today. We really want you to be involved, so like us on Facebook and let us know your views. And if you have your own video and news, head to our website and hit upload. Hilary will be back tomorrow night with more guests from in and around our regions. I'm Amy Forrest. Have a wonderful evening.
This has been an Alpha Media production, a division of Television Media Group.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.